Hello, my name is Joshua Mugabe. I welcome you to Fungi Rhizopus. The basic structural features of fungi are not cells, but hyphae. So, in a fungi, it has these structures. Those thread-like structures that you see moving, we call them hyphae. They are not cells, but they are hyphae. So that is their basic structure, which is the hyphae. Hyphae are microscopic branching threads. The structures that you're seeing like threads and they are branching, those are the ones that we call hyphae. Now, a collection of many interconnected hyphae is what we call the mycelium. Each thread consists of a tube formed from a wall enclosing cytoplasm and a vacuole. So, if we magnify the hyphae, the thread, it is a tube. Inside the tube, there is a vacuole inside the tube. Then, as we are moving outside, we have the cytoplasm. So much of the volume is occupied by the vacuole. Then we have the cytoplasm layer. Then outside we have the wall. And then we have the nucleus somewhere in the cytoplasm. The hyphae walls are not made of cellulose, but of a substance called chitin, an organic nitrogenous compound. So this wall that we have outside, which we are calling the hyphae walls, is not made up of cellulose, but it is made up of an organic nitrogenous compound called chitin. The hyphae contains many nuclei distributed throughout the cytoplasm. If you look at the cytoplasm here, inside it is the vacuole, then outside the vacuole is the cytoplasm. You can see these small spherical features. Those are nuclei, those small ones. So the hyphae has many nuclei. Sometimes the hyphae are divided into compartments by cross walls. So in some of them, you will find that there are layers dividing the middle part. You may find that in the middle there is a compartment with a wall dividing one section. This section is being divided from the other section. They are divided by a wall. in between them, or what we call a cross wall, forming different compartments. The fungi do not have chlorophyll, so they cannot make their food in the way plants do. So when you look at the fungi, you can see that they don't have chlorophyll. And because they don't have chlorophyll, therefore they cannot make their own food. They feed on dead or decaying organic matter and are classified as saprophytes. So for them, what they do, because they cannot make their own food because of lack of chlorophyll, they feed on decaying organic matter or on dead matter. That's what they feed on. So we call them saprophytes or saprophytes because of feeding on decaying organic matter or dead organic matter. Their hyphae penetrate the dead material and form branching networks called mycelium. So if we have a dead material here, the hyphae will grow towards the dead material. And when it reaches in the dead material, it will make branches of hyphae, many of them. And those ones, we call them the mycelium. That network of branches is called mycelium. The tip of the growing hyphae produces enzymes which digest the organic matter. So in this organic matter of ours, the ends of the hyphae are going to produce enzymes, and those enzymes will now digest this organic matter. The soluble products are absorbed into the hyphae. What we have seen that this hyphae or mycelium, they are now in the organic matter and they are releasing enzymes in the organic matter. And these enzymes are digesting the organic matter. So after digesting the organic matter, we get the nutrients, soluble products. Now these soluble products that have been digested will now be absorbed into the hyphae. They will be absorbed into the hyphae. What are those ones being absorbed? The soluble products of digestion by the digestion of enzymes produced by the hyphae. So those products are now absorbed into, the soluble products are absorbed into the hyphae. When mold fungi such as Rhizopus grow on stale bread or rotting fruit, the mycelium can be seen as grayish fuse. So if you have bread and you leave it there for some time, you will find Rhizopus growing on the surface. And you will see that the mycelium which is growing on the surface can be seen as a grayish fuse. Rhizopus is a mold fungus which grows on stale bread or rotting fruits. That is Rhizopus. It reproduces asexually by sending up vertical hyphae. We have seen that the mycelium or the hyphae, they form mycelium, and these hyphae, when they come close together, they produce what we call a fruiting body. So they send vertical hyphae. These vertical hyphae are going to be sent up, and when they are sent up, of course, they will produce now a sporangium which contains spores. Now, each of which swells at the tip to produce sporangium. So the mycelium, the hyphae have been sent up vertically. And when they are sent up vertically, at the tip, they swell. And after swelling, that part which is swollen is now what we call the sporangium. The cytoplasm in the sporangium divides repeatedly to produce a mass of spores, each with a nucleus. So inside here, in our sporangium, the cytoplasm divides repeatedly and it produces a large number of spores, each spores containing a nucleus. When the sporangium breaks open, the spores are dispersed in air, and each can grow to form a new mycelium if it lands on a suitable material. So we can see here that now our sporangium has exploded, and we can see that the spores are being dispersed. And if these spores are dispersed and they fall on a suitable medium or material, then a new mycelium will form. There is also sexual methods of reproduction. Though the fungi is carrying out a sexual reproduction, there is also sexual reproduction. Hello, thank you very much for participating in Fungi Rhizopus. Please do like, share, and subscribe.